Hello everyone. Today is Wednesday, April 6, 2022 at 2:42 p.m. So, um I'm about to see if I can go in the bathroom and hold up. This door is dirty. So, yeah. Yeah, this door is kind of dirty. But anyway, see, I knew it. So, it's daytime. So I figure, well, if I try to come in the bathroom, then well, I can't even close the door all the way. It's my first time trying to close the door. Oh well, can't close the door. But anyway, hold on, let me try to wash my hands. So, I don't know if y'all can still hear me, but hold up. So, I mean, I'm coming, y'all. So by me being in the dark right now, I don't know if this video can be a little longer because I don't know if this video can be a little longer because I got a lot to say right now. But it's like I gotta be careful with my words or choose my words carefully on certain things, that I need to talk about. So certain things I cannot talk about at all. So anyway, so I'll just say this. A close relative, well, he said he called me by accident this morning. Well, I'm not going to say which relative it was, but me and him had a conversation late this morning / early this evening because I called him back because I wasn't sure who that was. So, and so somebody throughout like the past few days had kept calling me from a New Orleans phone number, and it was a perp because the perps called me from both the New Orleans and Pensacola phone numbers, and the perps have my phone number, you know. So the same ones who bully me and say I'm childish and need to grow up and act my age, act mature, they'll, like, somebody called me up in like a demonic animal voice and started, calling me up and calling me Miss Piggy and stuff like that. And that's why it took me 2 weeks for me to even get around to listening to my text messages. But I found out who that person was and I blocked their number. But it's just some of the harassment that they do can't be human. The harassment that the gang stalkers do can't be human. Because somebody, called me up a couple of weeks ago and was like, Miss Piggy, or something like that, calling me Miss Piggy, like in a super high, like I can't even describe the voice, but it was like a very high, squeaky voice trying to, laugh at me and call me Miss Piggy. So anyway, one of my relatives had called me and we had a conversation. And I, told him, very openly about this gang stalking, and what I'm going through. And some of the stories that he told me, well, I thought he was a perp a while back. I thought he was one of them. But now, I don't want to say too much. But all I want to say is right now it sounds like he's being freaking targeted. So, I know one of my other brothers, I know for sure that he's targeted because, he gets treated like how I do. I got 5 brothers. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me for passing gas. Y'all probably heard that. I'm sorry. But I had just had the doggone cereal and milk. So, last night, I think I went to bed at close to 1 o'clock in the morning. And then I finally was able to get me some sleep. And then I think I woke up around 8 something. Still was tired, so I went back to sleep. And I think I woke up at, for sure, about 10:45 this morning. But I'm still feeling a little bit mildly sleep deprived. So I didn't eat earlier this morning or, until just now before doing this video. But I was talking on the phone with this close relative, and shortly before me and him hung up, the ex-boyfriend Alex texted me. Excuse me. So, I got my confirmation that Alex truly is, a narcissistic perp. Trying to hoover me or trying to reel me back in. But the way, the stuff it's like, after what I've been through, one of the last things I needed was a freaking tell-off letter or tell-off text message of, somebody fucking lecturing, trying to bully, harass, and lecture me. So, you got blocked. So, Alex, he creepy and let me know that he was stalking my YouTube videos. And he was very subtle with it. So, it's like and then look, I'm dealing with my oldest sister who passed away, back in 2003. It was around her birthday, and tomorrow is her death anniversary. And then March 30th, it was March 30th, was her birthday. So me dealing with that, dealing with the sleep deprivation. So then, so Alex called me up. He texted me. And it's like, well, I'm wondering, how did he get my phone number? And how do you know I'm living in Florida? And how do you get my phone number? So then, how do you get my phone number and how you know I'm living in Florida? So then, after that, I waited a day or so because I was, trying to think about it, and I wasn't sure how to take this. And then, I tried to call him back too the next day, but he never called me back. But I know he said he works a busy schedule and works a lot of hours and stuff. But hey, you got time to watch my YouTube videos. You ain't had time to pick up the phone and call me. So, because I didn't say that, yes, I will take you back, or that I want to take you back. I never said that. But he asked me, do you miss me? Or he was saying some stuff and said, do you miss me? And I said, yes, I miss you, or something like that, I said. So, it's like, I was, due to this gang stalking, you can't really trust nobody, especially from your past. Because they use people. I've heard other TIs say that people from your past are used to later on and participate in the gang stalking. So as I said before, Alex wasn't a handler, or he wasn't my handler back then, but he damn sure acted like a perp. But I didn't know about gang stalking or the truth about anything back then. So, so then I started to feel like, after what I went through, with myself, yes, being like raped and all that and stuff. It's like when he was, I know I wasn't raped by him, but, excuse me. It's like, for the fact that when he thinks that I'm still bitter towards him with stuff that happened 15 years ago, well, I said that, I'm, I believe in giving second chances and, not holding a grudge and stuff like that. But certain things that he said to me in a text message make me think, oh yeah, you a narc for sure. Like as if I had my final confirmation. So I think that I suspect that the gang stalking network sent him. Like how you got my phone number though? And then he didn't even let me know until, when I put up the little short video about this purple sweet potatoes. I mean, and he mentioned about, that's how I knew that he was watching, watch one of my YouTube videos. So, some of the perps probably showed him my YouTube channel. I don't know. I don't know what made him come and reach out to me, but he tried to say that, in a text message that he knew he messed up and stuff like that. That he knew he messed up and that he knew I had an amazing heart and was one of the best women, a really good woman and all that, whatever. And, I guess trying to give me these fake feel-good messages in order to manipulate me into, like, I felt like he was trying to be manipulative in the text messages, and that's why I pretty much felt like I would tread lightly. And, I never once said, yes, I'm willing to get back with you or whatever. But he didn't show me a recent picture of him. But I showed him, took a quick picture on my phone and showed him. A picture of my face, the top part of my body, my face, And so then, immediately after, he started to, talk all sexual, and made me feel kind of objectified, uncomfortable, and disrespected. So, he let me know that he, saw that, he let me know that he saw the, the video about the purple sweet potatoes or whatever, and saying that he would like to have some, trying to talk all, nasty. So, a couple of days ago, or was it yesterday or the day before, and he texted me, he refused to call me, because narcissistic perps, they got a certain way that they want to communicate with you. They probably refuse to call you over the phone. Not all narcissistic abusers, but some of them. They refuse to talk to you over the phone, but they'll talk to everybody else though, but they'll single you out and make you only text them. So then, if they'll make you a if they'll only leave you with the only option to communicate is to text message them, so that they probably can have the screenshots to use as a weapon against you to make you out to look crazy if things were to go awry. So, and then as I said before, that they, if they drain your cell phone battery really fast, on like some kind of way, remotely drain your battery juice within less than 20 minutes of communicating with them. Excuse me for clearing my throat. So, when he wanted me to send him pictures of my, my genitals and my breasts or whatever, I'll just say it that way. I felt disrespected and objectified, and it seemed like as if he wanted to sexually control me. And that pretty much triggered and angered and offended me, But I'm wondering if I said before that I'm wondering if the gang stalkers were trying to use him to reel me in so that he could be my new handler. My new, and then talking about, oh, well, I could have taken care of you and he was talking about, wanting to give me a baby or have some babies with me and get me pregnant and all that, You don't deserve my damn babies, not from me. Because you say you changed, but you're still acting like a sexually perverted, narcissistic perp. I don't trust you at all. And then, so, like, when I got off the phone, with one of my brothers, and because I haven't contacted any family in over a year, pretty much, and so just before I got off the phone with one of my brothers, here come Alex, trying to give me a couple of, harassing text messages, trying to tell me off about myself. Trying to say, well, I thought that, he tried to say, well, I thought that you would have contacted me by now. But he tried to make it like as if I lied to him and was giving him mixed messages, and I said I wasn't even sure, if I wanted to take him back because, and I said I would rather be safe than sorry, So for him to talk all sexual towards me, and now, he's got mad at me, and so now he's talking to me condescending and trying to lecture me like I'm a fucking child. And I'm 4 years older than you. You're younger than me. So, I don't want to date or marry somebody. I'm going to set that straight right now. I don't want to date or marry somebody that's younger than me so that they can be trying to lecture me, tell me what to do. No. I'd rather be married to a man that's between my age and, no more than 7 years older. I'll be graceful and say 7 years older than me. But then again, I don't even want, I kind of wonder if 45 would be too old for me, So I mean, for him to try to talk about, trying to bully, harass, and lecture me, telling me that, oh, you're still stuck on the past and you're your own worst enemy, and telling me, you're still stuck in the past, and you're your own worst enemy, and telling me stuff like, oh, the stuff that was said about you online, I actually didn't believe that, but now I'm starting to believe it. And then he tries when are you going to wake up, sweetie? So, it sounded like he was trying to, be manipulative or trying to manipulate me into feeling shame because I felt skeptical, about trying to take him back. I did consider it, but, me trying to weigh my options, but I felt like, well, I'm probably dodged a bullet because I would not have wanted to. I mean, after knowing about narcissistic abuse, it seems like I know a narcissistic person. Sometimes they can be more subtle. But it's he let me know that he'd been watching my videos, and he tried to make as if I was bringing up 15 years ago, try to make as if I was bad-mouthing him in my previous videos. Well, I was just stating what happened, and then trying to weigh my options. of trying to figure out, well, would this save the day, or he was like, well, I had a house, a place you can come live and this and that, whatever. But it seemed like he acted like he was extremely desperate. It seemed like he was very desperate. But the fact that you secretly stalking my damn YouTube and you got my phone number, I don't know how you got my phone number. And as I said, I wouldn't want his mother. I wouldn't want that bitch for a mother-in-law. So it's like, yeah, you change. If you change, meaning you got worse and more abusive and narcissistic. But he was always sexually perverted. Objectifying and disrespecting. The first thing you want to do is make it like you fantasize about seeing my private parts again. But then even 15 years ago, I know we were still young back then, but if he wanted to move too fast. But it could have been a whole lot worse though. And he made me feel like I wasn't worth shit. So now he's, making it like as if I wouldn't be able to live or survive without him. And another thing, he tried to bully, harass, and lecture me about burning my bridges towards people who trying to help. That's another thing that got underneath my skin is him. He triggered me about that's another thing I have to put on my blog post about the things that narcissistic abusers say that get underneath my skin, or that trigger me. Another one saying you burn your bridges. So, it sounds like as if he believed what the perps say about me, the smear campaigns and lies that the perps say about me. But he made it like as if he was going to overlook and bypass it as long as he can get what he wanted out of me. So, well, that fucking ruined my damn day. So, no. I mean, it's like when you stand up to a narc trying to control you, they try to make it like as if they try to make it like as if they can give you better treasures in life than God himself can give you. So, that's why I said I figured that he seemed like he was shady the whole doggone time. But it seemed like I didn't want to move too fast, and me trying to just do like a wait and see, while wondering, well, are they using him? Is he a perp? But, you can't condemn me about dwelling on the past when, hell, I'm in this gang stalking program from shit that happened when I was a damn child. And they won't let me off the gang stalking list and let me live my damn life. You don't have any idea of this torture and abuse that I have to go through, whether physically or remotely, what I have to go, or electronically, the abuse and torment that I have to go through every day. And then psychologically suffering internally, and psychologically and mentally suffering internally, like, in my head, because of me just being like what that psychologically does to a person who has never really committed a serious crime, but then people who have committed like repeat offenders of serious crimes got more freedom and rights than I do. So that's why I say this guy, wanted me back in his life and, started to talk in a way that's, sexual and trying to act like he wants to objectify me. It didn't seem like he wanted to love me for who I am. But he admitted himself that I'm a very good woman and have an amazing heart. So because he felt rejected, because I felt like I didn't know how to take it when, he started to talk all the nasty stuff, wanted me to show him pictures, and I felt like, well, if my life had to be turned around, I got certain sins that I still need to be working on. But of course, I'm riled up and triggered right now. So that's why you see profanity. I know I shouldn't do it. Profanity coming out of my mouth. Being angry. Because I don't know, something about the narcissistic abuser's words is like really get underneath your skin. And so right now I feel like I might have to just die a single woman, especially nowadays. I might have to just die a single woman, single and childless. So, if you want to believe, just because I rejected you sexually, that's very fucked up that you're going to make it like as if you believe the lies and false rumors and smear campaigns said about me. And then try to talk about me like you know me so well, talking about, oh, that's one problem that you have is you always, focus on the past. And they say it's a narcissistic kind of phrase. They say it's a typical narc would say that, when you bring up something dirty, they'll be like, well, why are you bringing up the past? Or they tell you not to, they talk about you being negative and complaining. Well, stop doing the damn abuse then. Because I felt like that was random and out of nowhere. For him to just randomly, talking about reconnecting with me and said that he would be willing to move down here to Florida. I'm like, wait a minute, how you know I'm in Florida? Because you've been stalking and watching my doggone videos. So, if you believe what my online gang stalkers got to say about me, then I don't need to date you. I don't need to be married to you. I don't need to have your babies. I don't need to be your help me or none of that. Because, I know that things wouldn't work out right. And I refuse to live with somebody that's going to be like damaging and abusive towards me because you're sitting there hating me or feeling a certain way because, what the perps want to say. So you want to go, nah, we couldn't, yeah, I guess I dodged the bullet and this might have been in God's will for me to freaking reject him. Because, it's like, why couldn't he be more modest and respectful? Wanting to just automatically talk dirty and then act like you're desperate to, contact me, but you've been secretly stalking and watching. Yeah, I think that I have a suspicion that the perps might have, now I could be wrong, but I have a suspicion that the perps might have sent them. But I felt like if I'm supposed to be a worthless nobody, undeserving of a man or children because everybody's superior and better than me, so the white girl you had the baby for, Heather, oh, she didn't do you that great? You had a whole damn child with her. You could have had a child with me, but they would have just took the baby away and put it in foster care and satanically, ritually abused and human trafficked the baby anyway. Unless you would have go and fight for that child. But young men these days, young males, they want to stick themselves inside of a woman, get her pregnant and then on purpose and then run off. And then, they'll make it like as if they don't value their own baby's life. That's the men nowadays. Back then, young men were more mature back then, years ago. And that young men at 19, 20 years old, they used to care about they used to care about their babies and stick with their wives and love their wives. But now you see such high divorce rate because of narcissistic abuse and demonic possession. Excuse me. And I kind of feel like as if, you know, this potential could have been relationship due to me being a targeted individual. Look up gang stalking and look up what a targeted individual is. And it's like, but you're running your mouth talking about, oh, what everybody said about you was, I'm starting to think that they're right. Go ahead and think that they're right, but you've shown yourself as a damn perp.